So how many of you decided? Let's ask Shaurya first.
So, pawn to e5.
You'll play pawn to e5. Okay, what is Arav saying?
Knight to f5.
Knight to f5. Rayansh Manna.
Knight to f5.
Okay, Sai Krishna.
Sir, pawn to f5. So e5.
E5. Ahan.
Knight to f5.
Okay, Rajveer.
Pawn to e5.
Okay. Adar.
Knight f5.
Okay. You guys haven't decided? Yes, Neeru.
Knight to f5.
And
Sir,
Pradeep.
knight f5.
Okay. So most people are playing knight f5.
Yes.
Two people are playing pawn e5. Yeah? Okay. So this is a very important lesson. If one of those two players had been understood this lesson before, then he wouldn't have lost the game. The move that most of you are playing, knight f5, which looks like a very normal move, which looks like a very useful move, because after knight takes, king takes, looks like your king is active, you're doing well. It's a blunder. It's the reason why Vismay lost the game. And pawn e5 is also, pawn e5 is worth a shot. It's a little bit better than knight f5, but pawn e5 will also be bad because knight g6 takes. So to understand this, why is it lost after knight f5? To understand that, you need to understand if the knights are not there, is this winning for white or for black?
So equal.
Equal. Thank you for telling. I couldn't see properly. 4 pawns. I couldn't count. I need to get glasses. Shaurya is there to help me, of course. That's why. Thank you, Shaurya, for that. You're just saying it's equal material. That's what I'm asking, no? What do you say, Sai Krishna?
So white has an advantage.
Why do you say white has an advantage?
The passed pawn with king near it.
Black also has a passed pawn.
So
King is not near it. Okay. That's why you're saying white's better. What do you say?
So same reasons except one more reason. So white's passed pawn is closer.
Closer to the end. Okay. All right. Arav?
Sir, and one more reason is the king cannot king can stop that pass.
King can stop the passed pawn. Which king?
So the white king.
Black also can stop your passed pawn. It's not like.
Sir, but if we move to g4, the
I'll
king
also come
goes
here.
to e5.
You go there, I come here. You
So
take
if
it. I
we
take.
move
So
to-
you
if
can
we
take my
move-
pawn. I also take your once.
So king
Once.
f5, then the king can't come closer.
King f5 is there. Okay, all right. So you're saying white's better. Anybody who's saying black is better by any chance? Okay, so everyone is saying white. That much we agree on. Like everyone is saying white's better, right? Okay. Any other reason other than those that were told just now for white being better?
No.
Yes, other.
The king is kind of like stuck on the sixth, like on the seventh or the sixth pile.
Okay, so you're saying this king is more active than this king.
Yes, sir.
That's why you're saying white's better. White's winning.
Sir, and the other reason.
What? Yeah. Okay. All right. So.
Sir, I came
Or-
here because I had a
Yeah, fine. So you can focus, no? So basically, everybody says white is better because white's king is more active. White has a pass pawn that's closer to promotion, and white's king is closer to the pawn that can help the pawn. These are the three reasons, right? For white being better. Everyone agrees?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is where the problem is. White is not better. White is not equal. White is lost. This is a lost position for white.
Sir, is this true that the pawn on e4 won't be able to promote because of the opposition?
The opposition, how does it matter? Opposition is matter. The matter is only when there's only one pawn. It's not just one pawn. There are so many other things. So only in this
So
case,
opposition.
opposition is not relevant right
Two
now.
spaces.
Right now, let's focus back here. So why is black winning here? The reason why you told white's better, it's actually black's better because black has a pawn on the outside. This pawn is the reason why black's winning. You're thinking that pawn is the reason why white's winning. No. Pawn being far away does not matter. King being more active than black king does not matter. The only important thing here is black's pawn is an outside pass pawn. So having an outside pass pawn is an advantage. Why? Why does this pawn give black the win? Shaurya.
So when we can move the king to g6
And then push the pawn. White will also come here, no? How will the king also come? White will. That is not the reason. Yes, Pranit?
Is it like as you so why this king can carry this pawn, but by that time the black king will start grabbing our chickens?
Chickens. Exactly. So when you go, the reason why, one second, one person already told, na? That is valid. That is exactly the reason. White has to travel to the edge of the board to take that pawn. And when white goes that side, black will come and pick up your pawns.
And then
Simple reason.
another.
So being more active doesn't matter. Right now, yes, white's more active. But after 5 moves, white king will be there. That's not active, that's inactive. Black king will be here. So it will be complete switch. And can white avoid it? No, black will start pushing. So you'll have to go there. And when you go there, black will come here, start taking your pawns. And that's winning.
And so, yeah, and then take all the pawn, then he has another edge pawn. Edge pass pawn.
That doesn't matter now. Once you take your pawn, you will be 2 pawns or 3 pawns. How does it matter? Once you get 2 extra pawns, you can just start pushing. So
So instead of playing knight G to G, so knight to F5, is C4 a better option?
1 second.
Is C4 a better option instead of playing knight to?
So we have to understand knight c4 is losing.
Okay.
So we have to clearly understand that. This is why Vismay lost the game. If you allow the exchange of knights, the pawn and game is lost for black. It might seem better for white, but no, it's lost for white.
So what if you don't do anything about the pawn and push your pawn, sir?
You mean after knight takes, pawn takes?
Yeah.
So after knight takes, you're taking with the king, right?
Yeah.
So you just push your pawn. Just push my
So what if we take
1 second, 1
Push
person.
your pawn, sir.
Okay, I push my pawn.
Push.
I move the king.
So then go back.
Here.
No, E5.
Go back here.
Yes.
I just promote.
Oh.
There will be a queen sitting there in 3 moves. Okay, so let's go back.
Sir, what if we take
1 second, let me go back to that position. Knight was here, pawn was here.
king was
Yeah, what if you take with the pawn?
So,
After knight
So
c4.
the king was F7.
Okay, so knight c4, knight takes,
take with the pawn.
take with the pawn. How does it make any difference? Does it make a difference? What will black play here?
I think this king f6.
King f6? Yeah, king f6 is better. First bring the king in.
Sir, it does make a difference, sir. Because now.
No, does it make a difference in the result? Is it still winning for black?
Yes.
Yeah, because you still have to go, it's not that far, but you still have to go 1 step to the outside. And that is enough for black to win. You will see. Let's see, what will white do here? King g4, let's say.
Yes.
Now what is a winning move for black?
Pawn to h5.
Yeah, just pawn h5. It might seem like a very small difference in distance. Like after king takes, the white king is just 1 step away from black king. But that's the difference between a win and a loss.
But so now
This
it's
is
white.
winning for black.
But now it's white king's.
How does it matter if it is white's turn or black's turn? You cannot come any closer. Black is closer to this side, black will pick up the pawns.
So and white
So now-
cannot advance towards his pawns because
Yeah.
he has
So
to
when-
only stay
when
in
you go-
h5 for this turn.
Yeah, so this position is winning because now, let's say white plays this, black will just come here. And then you get the pawn. It's just 1 tempo extra for black,
So
but
why
that's
can't
enough.
the
To
white king go towards the black pawn?
when?
Like now.
How is it in time? He will take 1 extra
before,
move.
on h5.
Before there was a pawn about to promote, how will you go to?
No, before on the king. Yeah. That.
So from here you will jump this side. You have to go like this now.
Yeah.
Oh, then king here.
Then go there.
Okay, king here.
He'll lead first. Still.
Who will reach first?
Him.
And black will win. It's not about reaching, it's about reaching first. He'll reach way first, not just in first. If it was just 1 tempo difference, it was okay. But here it's 2 tempo difference.
So it's a kind of
Too much
continuous
distance.
texture.
King takes, king moves, king moves, king moves, takes, and takes. You can get 2 queens in 10 moves and you win the game.
So what
So-
if you go b6 in this
B6, sir.
You just you won't get 2 queens, you'll get 1 queen. You take and
Yes,
queen.
sir.
Yeah, you get 1 queen. You have to know the queen checkmate. That I expect everyone to be able to do. So
Yes,
if you
sir.
know queen checkmate, you will win. So let's go back there.
So what is the correct move?
We will see that. No, you need to have patience. Without patience, there is no good chess player. If you want to become a good player, you need to have patience. So let's take it step by step. No.
The king
Sir,
is
ulta.
And this pawn I forgot.
C3. C3.
Okay.
Says white.
All right. So now to understand what move to play, like even a player who is 1400, like Vismay is 1400, he still played knight c4. So it's very easy to blunder this because it seems like a very natural move. Knight f5, yeah, knight f5, which is a blunder because you go to a pawn and game, it is lost. But it's not easy to understand that. Now we know. So now that we know a pawn and game is lost, what should we do here? E5? No, first let's see E5. No, you said C4. E5 is winning or equal or losing? What is it? What will happen now? Let's understand.
It is losing.
Let's take 30 seconds to have a look at the position. White plays E5. Now what will black do and what's the result of the game? 30 seconds to think and then we will discuss. Calculation is important. You need to calculate till you are sure it's clear. Anybody decide already? Okay. What are you saying, Rayansh?
Sir, knight g6.
And who's winning?
Black.
Black's winning. Knight g6 takes. I push the pawn.
I mean, no, sir, white's winning.
White's winning. You need to know what you are trying to say. I am asking you, so you are changing your answer. So white's winning because why is white winning, Rayansh?
Because white has a passed pawn.
And white's going to promote that pass pawn. You need to think properly. You're not thinking clearly, Rayansh. You need to first decide yourself what you are actually calculating. What is Ahan saying?
So can I
So,
water?
Yeah, please. 1 second, Ahan. I'll just give water to her.
so, okay. So,
Yes, Ahan.
so after pawn e5, knight g6,
And who's winning?
no, take
Who's winning? What's the result I'm asking?
black, sir.
Black's winning. So takes, pawn push.
So around takes pawn push. So you go to f6.
Yeah, just bring the king. How is it winning for white? Just because you have a pawn here, you're going to win? What
So
is
even
it?
if you-
So
so
one
even if you
second.
go to G6,
1 second, 1 second. So we already learned now, because black has a pawn on the outside, white will have to go there, black will come here and black will win. That's the same situation, nothing has changed. So now, after pawn e5, knight g6, it's a forced exchange. You don't want to move the king and then go there. So knight takes, pawn push, king f6, black wins. Same story as before, nothing has changed. Now instead of pawn push, if white tries this,
Sir, I had another move for it.
no, first let's understand this. If white plays this, now what should black do? Nero,
So black should push his pawn, the edged pawn.
push the
F6
pawn. You can also just simply play king
Yes, sir,
f7.
yes.
That is much safer and better. You don't even need to calculate anything, because you're stopping the, even if king comes in, he can't come any closer. Now you push. But okay, let's go back. What was Ashvik's idea there? After e5. Yeah, you were saying?
Knight to d5.
Knight to d5. And who's winning?
So black will win. Like
Oh, okay. So you are finding another way to win. Okay.
So that's the
Yeah.
same move.
You also wanted that. Okay. Yeah, knight d5, you win
It's
this
a
pawn,
four.
and you have an extra pawn, and that is also winning. But this is the easier win. Having an extra pawn is winning, but you'll have to work for it. This is just an end game that is clearly winning. Once you do this, it's done. You don't even need to think much, because you have an outside pass pawn. So this is the easier way to win, not taking the pawn. For black here.
No, can you go back?
Okay.
Knight.
Hmm.
So black's move is
Hmm.
knight to d5.
And that already we discussed.
So-
Na? Knight d5 is of course there you win a pawn, but this is much better.
So
Because
what
you're
if
clearly
it's
winning.
in this position if white play just doesn't take and moves king to g4?
Then you just take the knight. Whether you take or I take, it's a
So
pawn
what
game.
if they take the pawn instead? Like
Take pawn.
if the king goes to king g4,
Knight
what?
takes.
No. So what?
Oh, you're saying if knight takes pawn. Why? When you have a clearly winning pawn in game, why do you just want to win a pawn? You want to win the game, right? So this is much more clearer than just winning a pawn. Because it's a clean pawn in game, which is winning for you. So this is the simplest way to win. So that means pawn e5 is also bad, because black will find a way to exchange knights. He will force the exchange of knights with knight g6. So right now, one second, thing goes in. So right now, that means black is making a threat. What is black's threat?
g6.
Yeah, knight g6 is a threat right now. So you cannot play c4 also,
what about
because knight c6.
king?
You can't play king f5. So what to play here?
C.
c4, you can't play knight g6 now. If you play c4, I'll play knight g6. Game over. So what to do?
King g4.
Yeah, you need to avoid the exchange of knights. So either move the king or move the knight.
So what about king e5? Yes, sir.
King e5 walks in straight into knight g6. No?
Also king
So
g4.
then we'll
king
take.
g4.
King takes.
We go king.
So you're saying it'll be a race, and are you sure you're drawing there, or losing, or winning? What's the result? So you have to calculate that first before you play king e5.
So what
You
happens
need-
if
Also take.
so what happens if you
one line at a time. So after king e5, try to calculate. See if that line is leading to a draw or still a loss.
So
Basically, if
still
you
a
trade
loss.
knights,
Huh?
basically if you just trade knights is losing.
with
No, is this losing? How do you decide it's losing just like
Sir,
that?
sir,
Calculation is required, Ashwi. You cannot just say it's losing. I mean, after knight take king take king e6,
Sir,
you will also promote,
sir,
no?
it is still losing, sir.
How?
Yeah, so because
How is it losing?
So
Because
because-
white's king will be here. After knight g6 takes king e6, and then one more I move here and three moves to promote. So that needs to be calculated. It's going to be a race. That is not simple. That you have to calculate.
So can you go back to the position?
No. First we need to understand this, Mr. Rathar. Then we go back to the position. So this position, is this winning for white or draw?
no, sir.
I think
Yes.
it's a draw.
It is going to be a draw because after knight g6 won't win. Takes, king moves, push, king moves. And now it's 4 steps. Black will push, white will push, promotes. Draw.
Yes, sir.
Both sides will have a queen. It won't instantly become a draw. You will play on, but it's not winning for anybody.
short form.
So that's also not going. So king e5 is possible.
It's not gonna win, but
I think
it's
white
gonna.
takes
So what happens if they play
No,
king
that's
king of g4?
One second, let's go back.
I think white is like slightly winning.
Because you promoted first, you can try to do something,
So
but
what happens
if you can exchange queens, you're winning.
So what happens if in this position king is white king goes to king g4?
King g4, that's also fine because it avoids the exchange of knights. So king g4 is fine. King back is fine, but we don't want to come back. Knight f3 is, I would say, the most sensible move here because with knights on the board, at least it won't be completely lost. Even if black pushes, king will come and take, and knight is there to keep things equal. So the mistake that happened in the game was knight c4, and then from there, Vismay had no chance.
Knight c4?
Arush knows
c5.
knight f5. Knight f5, and Arush went on to win the game. So now we'll